A demon confessed something terrifying to a priest in 1987. When asked what he feared most, he didn't say prayer. He didn't say worship. He said one word: fasting. And here's what most Christians don't know. There are 4 specific types of fasting that make demons flee faster than anything else. The first method is called the Daniel fast, and it's named after a prophet who used it to receive visions so powerful that angels showed up to explain them. Daniel chapter 10 tells us he ate no meat, no wine, and no rich foods for 3 weeks. What happened? An angel appeared and said, "From the first day you set your mind to gain understanding and to humble yourself before your God, your words were heard." Here's the key. Demons operate in pride. Fasting crushes pride. When you deny your flesh for God, you're declaring that He matters more than your comfort. And that level of surrender terrifies the enemy. The second method is the Esther fast. This one is intense. No food, no water for 3 days. Esther 4:16 shows us that when an entire nation faced extermination, Queen Esther called for this fast. She said, "If I perish, I perish." 3 days later, she walked into the king's presence with supernatural favor and saved her people. This fast isn't for casual situations. It's for when you're facing impossible odds and need God to move mountains. Demons thrive on fear and hopelessness. This fast breaks both. Method 3 is the one Jesus talked about. In Matthew 17, the disciples couldn't cast out a demon. Jesus did it effortlessly, then told them, "This kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting." Some demons have higher ranks. They've built strongholds over generations. Regular spiritual warfare won't cut it. You need the authority that comes from complete dependence on God. This is typically a prolonged fast, several days or even weeks, with consistent prayer. Moses fasted 40 days before receiving the 10 Commandments. Jesus fasted 40 days before starting his ministry. Both faced demonic opposition immediately after. Both won. The fourth method is the most accessible, the partial fast. You skip 1 or 2 meals and dedicate that time to prayer instead. Acts 13:2 says, "While they were worshiping the Lord and fasting, the Holy Spirit said, 'Set apart for me Barnabas and Saul.'" Notice what happened during their fast? The Holy Spirit spoke clearly. Fasting doesn't just weaken demons. It sharpens your spiritual hearing. You start discerning things you couldn't before. Lies lose their power. Temptations lose their grip. Your spirit becomes stronger than your flesh. Here's what ties all 4 methods together. Sacrifice. Demons want you comfortable, distracted, and controlled by your appetites. Fasting flips the script. It says, "My body doesn't control me, God does." And when you operate from that place, hell has no leverage. So here's the truth. Fasting isn't about impressing God. He's already impressed by Jesus. Fasting is about aligning yourself with heaven's power and cutting off hell's access to your life. Every time you fast, you're making a declaration. My appetite doesn't run me, God does. And demons can't stand against that kind of surrender. If you've been battling something that won't break, an addiction, a stronghold, a situation that keeps recycling, maybe it's time to try what Jesus recommended. Pick one of these 4 methods. Start small if you need to. The Daniel fast is a great beginner option. The partial fast works for busy schedules. But whatever you choose, commit to it with prayer. Don't just skip meals, replace them with God. Remember what that demon confessed in 1987? He feared fasting, not because it's magic, but because it proves you're serious. And when hell sees a Christian who's willing to sacrifice comfort for God's presence, they know they're dealing with someone dangerous. If this opened your eyes to something you've been missing, don't keep it to yourself. Share this with someone who needs to know that their breakthrough might be one fast.